everybody and all aboard to Chef's Choice. All 43 songs are more or less released. We're still waiting for the final version of Albania, which can still have a big impact on its score, but I finally have the time to review the last 5 songs of this week. I will talk about FYR Macedonia, Lithuania and Russia in this video, and Bulgaria and Georgia will be up soon afterwards. As soon as we have Albania's final version, I will finish up my top 43 and then we can start looking at the semi-finals and the grand final. Because as you know, the top 43 is just a theoretical list that doesn't take the semi-final allocations and the automatic qualifiers into account. But based on my ranking system, which is explained in the video up here, I will try to see what that would mean for the actual structure of the contest. If you'd like to see this more realistic analysis of my list, please subscribe to my channel so you don't miss it. Now let's take a look at the first 3 of the 5 final songs. FYR Macedonia. It feels like they couldn't really decide which song to send to Lisbon, so they crammed 3 or 4 different songs into one. The result is IQ's Lost and Found, which is quite an interesting entry. There are some parts that I like, others not so much, and that will be the biggest struggle for them, because I think a lot of people will struggle to really decide whether or not they like the whole package. My biggest issue with it is that I just personally don't like the tone of the singer's voice. I know that's a very subjective thing and probably a lot of people will like it, but for me her voice gets a little bit annoying after a while. Maybe it's the production quality of the song that feels like the voice is not completely mixed into the song, which is strange for a studio version. But right now I think the song can be a hit or miss, and qualification will largely depend on the competition in semi-final 1. And since it's the stronger of the 2 semi-finals, I'm afraid that Macedonia won't make the cut.
Have you ever thought about it? We went too far, now there's no way back, no way back. Have you ever thought about it? We went too far, now there's no way back, no way.
Lithuania. Ieva, Zasimauskaitė, When We're Old. It's a nice little ballad with a nice voice and nice melodies, but it's not more than that. It will be pleasant to watch for 3 minutes in the semi-final, but I don't think anyone will really remember it after the 19 acts have performed in semi-final 1. If it had been placed in semi-final 2, I think it could qualify to the final, but probably not in the first.
These are the reasons I can't let you go. Oh, let's sing the song that we wrote when we're old. Oh.
Russia. I'm glad that Samoylova got another chance as promised last year after Russia's withdrawal, because last year I guess I would have placed her in my bottom 5, since the song just wasn't good. This year it's 100 times better. It sounds so much fresher and happier. The chorus in the studio version sounds like it's mainly sung by the background singers, because the voice changes completely between verse and chorus, which is strange. So I hope we'll actually hear Julia's voice more in the live version. But I think she will light up the stage this year with her charisma and personality, and this time it's backed by a solid song, unlike last year where I was afraid that all she would have gotten were sympathy votes.
I flow in kings and queens with freedom in their eyes.
So let's see what the scoreboard says. There are 5 spots missing, and as I said in the beginning, Albania on 4th is just temporary and can change drastically once the final song is released. I've made a few other changes as well, because we now have the full range of songs and therefore can see more clearly which songs are really special and which are not. So Belarus got quite a boost for me because it stands out more than I thought in the beginning. But where are the 3 countries of this video? So FYROM is on place number 20, Lithuania on place 26, and Russia, much higher than I expected, on place number 13. You can already see that Bulgaria and Georgia won't make a huge difference in my list, but I will talk about them in more detail in my next video. If you like to see that, you know the best way how to make sure you always find my videos easily, just subscribe. What do you think about these 3 songs, and what would you like me to talk about in the next 2 months until the contest? Tell me in the comments below. For now, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye!